Hey, what's up? It's Chris here from Chris's Sci-Fi Reactions. Today we're back with another Stargate SG-1 episode. I believe this episode is called The Torment of Tantalus. Not sure if I'm saying that correctly. I hope so. Really enjoyed the last episode. It was brilliant. I'm trying out a different setup at the moment, so hopefully the sound and camera is all okay. We'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, the full uncut, unedited reaction is available on Patreon, listed in the description below. Hopefully this goes all well, and let's just get straight on into it. Looks like Earth. Although that being said, civilizations are descended from Earth, so... Okay, so it is Earth, they're just looking at past images. Man, I've got a bit of a cold.
No, we're supposed to be at that physical assessment thing.
This was everything.
No, please. The Pentagon's lost entire countries. Come on. Doctors have 2 days of tests planned for us. Wonderful tests.
Shit! So they actually activated the gate. Why the hell wouldn't they tell them?
This doesn't make any sense.
I would have thought if something was in the gate, that it wouldn't just shut down. You know? Tantalus, I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that correct.
Hello, Martha. Miss Langford, there's a young man waiting for you in the kitchen.
Miss
A
Langford.
strange young man in the house?
Langford,
Yes.
was she in the
Sir,
movie?
he said he knows you.
Was she the old lady in the movie?
God.
Hello. I'm sorry. I hope you don't mind.
How long have you been back?
Oh, of course, yeah, the whole gold bra thing.
Colonel O'Neill said you stayed on Abigail.
Sorry, I have seen the
I see
movie.
you got the amulet.
It's just, yeah,
Yes, of course.
remembering
Why avoid my question? What
the
is all
information isn't. I should really rewatch it.
Colonel O'Neill, Dr. Jackson was supposed to
I love the music.
He was there.
I meant it.
provide information to a civilian.
Sir, if you will do...
You don't recognize me.
God, imagine this after all those decades. What the? Interesting reaction.
50 years. That's all he has to say.
I'll go.
Forgave me. You forgave me long ago.
No.
No way you could just... Forgiving someone for that wouldn't be easy.
We call this the dial home device.
I really like that, the DHD dial home device.
Daniel.
It's a really clever idea which I don't think was seen in the movie.
My God.
What the hell? I thought the
Jeez.
probe was supposed to detect stuff like this.
We got visual confirmation of its presence, but the damage was obviously concealed.
I wonder how strong the DHD actually is. You know, if that top section, the red section, is made out of glass or something like that,
It was like that when
which
I
is
got
more
here.
fragile, but the
That's
rest of the
why you came
DHD
back.
is quite sturdy.
Does this mean we're not going home?
Because obviously the Stargate is very, very tough.
Right, basic survival terrain.
So one of these four races is the Asgard.
It's to you.
You have this device. I guess Daniel will be pissed that they'll have to use that power.
This is useless. It's not allowing for any relative perspective. This is.
Nothing is.
Well, our history as a people would be very different if everyone felt that way.
No prizes worth attaining if you can never share it. There would be no point.
Absolutely true.
Believe me. I know.
Well, he does. He obtained the information and he'll never be able to use it. Simply because the information is classified, but you know, no information that you can't use. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
We may only have seconds once the
So now we know that the gate can be powered by lightning.
What you did was courageous.
What I did was stupid.
Come on, boys, we gotta go, now.
I'm staying.
Destabilizing. Still no travelers.
Come on, guys.
Oh, I like that. That's cool. Yeah, I really like the way they're doing that Stargate as it sort of semi-disconnects with its power draining.
Chevron 7 will not engage.
Okay, so the place is at the bottom of the ocean.
I think it's safe to say the place is gone.
Still have my book.
Captain Carter's working on a computer model right now.
And here's the bright side.
I can't imagine what this would look like to Ernest. It would be like he stepped into a sci-fi
If you ever run into
film.
those aliens who made up the language, you can ask them what it means.
You better let us know this time.
Okay, so that was Stargate SG-1, Season 1, Episode 10, The Torment of Tantalus. I really enjoyed that episode. I mean, from start to the end, I was totally into it. Absolutely 100%. I'm thinking whether I give it a 10 or not, because it ticked a lot. No, I think I'll give it a 9. My only complaint about it is how quickly Ernest sort of went from a bit sort of semi, oh, how do you put it? He wasn't quite right in the head, but then shortly after that, he was very much fine and okay. You know? That is probably my only complaint. So I'm going to give that episode a 9. We found out a number of things there. I think there was quite a few references. Maybe not references, but people, you know, like Catherine that was from the movie, and I guess reference about this General West and all of that, that were very much movie references at the beginning. So, yeah, let's just break this down. Okay, so we start off here with watching experiments done on the gate in 1946, I think it was. Then we find out that they actually activated it and someone went through. Then we find out Catherine, and who is in the movie. We see that she has that little gold amulet that she had in the movie and gave to, well, lent to Daniel for good luck. General O'Neill's looking for Dr. Jackson. O'Neill says, haven't seen him in a while. Here we have Catherine quite upset with Daniel that Daniel, didn't tell her about planetary shifts and all of that the Stargate network is throughout the galaxy. I can understand her anger a bit there. Sort of questioning, when did Daniel become an upstanding member of the military? But he ends up talking about Ernest and that they're doing experiments on the gate. Yeah. So then they're talking, the fiancé and the Catherine's father sort of talking about Doorway to Heaven and that it's a destination maybe. Here we have Catherine, modern day Catherine, and Daniel sort of going through that video of Ernest going through the gate, saying that father lied to her, probably to protect her, due to knowing the fact that her fiancé decided to go through the gate instead of talking to her first. Yeah. Then we find out that they have the symbols and this planet is near Abydos. And they can go there. General Hammond's pretty ticked off that Daniel revealed information to a civilian, understandably. Catherine then meets O'Neill and Tilk. Carter comes in here saying, the Goulds haven't charted this planet, it could certainly be worth going to. So now we know that the network wasn't created by the Gould. The Stargate network was clearly created by some other civilization. And here we have Catherine going with them through the Stargate for the first time. They find themselves on this planet that seems quite warm. Then Ernest comes, he's completely naked. And yeah, then he gives a hug to everyone. And he gives a hug to Tilk, and he's like, what the heck is going on? Then he sort of shrugs it off when he sees Catherine. Not 100% sure if that's because he thought that she was an hallucination and maybe they all were, or if there was some other reason behind that, I don't know. He then put some clothes on, for once, what he had when he went through the Stargate. Catherine here was talking about her heart beating faster than when she'd come through the Stargate, because, it was like being adolescent again. Here we have Daniel sort of reading his notes, and then they have this moment between Catherine and Ernest, and that was quite, it's a bit heartbreaking, like, I couldn't forgive you. Now that I've just found out what really happened, I can't forgive you yet. Then they find the DHD is all sort of broken up and that they can't get home. Carter and Tilk are working on the DHD while they go and see some light show of sort of 4 civilizations that were very much allies. Well, at least that's the impression we get from here. It's like a UN meeting place. UN was formed in 1945, and those experiments were done in 1945. And very much, Ernest says, a meeting place like for 4 alien races, like the UN but of the stars. So obviously he went through the gate sort of after October of 1945. Here we find out that they're very much elements, sort of all in this sort of light show. 146, I believe they said, elements. Can't think off the top of my head how many elements are currently on the periodic table. If it's still 111, like she said, we then also find out that it's like a book. They tried to dial, send direct power from the DHD into the Stargate to see if that works, but it falls in the ocean. Here we have sort of Daniel Ernest finding out that it was 4. One of the alien races is 4's race. Then we have them talking about a power supply, and then they come and try to get the power from this device. Daniel's totally against it. So they shoot it, it didn't work. Colonel O'Neill sort of comes up with the Ben Franklin idea. So then they channel electricity directly through the Stargate into the Stargate. Daniel's saying, "Oh, I'm not leaving yet, come call me when the gates open." Daniel's refusing to leave, saying, I can unbury the Stargate and all of that sort of thing if it gets buried. I can understand his reasoning, but, he still has his wife out there. And I do know, that the knowledge of the universe is highly tempting. But if you can't use that knowledge, what's the point? As that's how Ernest said, if you can't use this knowledge, what's the point of having it anyway? They get the gate open. Gate starts to sort of turn on and off, almost semi-on and off. But I thought that was quite cool. They then get back and they try dialing. Doesn't work. Then we get this final goodbye by Catherine and Ernest to the team and this lovely ending. Okay, so that was Stargate SG-1, Season 1, Episode 10, The Torment of Tantalus. So after that breakdown, I'm going to say, yeah, a 9. I'll stick with a 9. And yeah, I really enjoyed that episode right from the beginning. I could tell, when it started, this is going to be a great episode. Yeah, so if you're watching this on Patreon, this will be on Patreon on Thursday. If you're watching it on YouTube, it will be available on the 1st of October. Yeah. So, really looking forward to getting into the episodes further on. And we will see how it all goes. The full uncut, unedited reaction is available on Patreon, link in the description below, as well as my social media accounts. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook. I will upload weekly schedules of what's going up onto Facebook and Twitter. And of course, if you're watching it on Patreon, I will upload every week a schedule for Patreon as well. So I think that's all. I don't think there's anything else. I just want you to know I appreciate each and every one of my subscribers and Patreon supporters. I really do appreciate that. And I will see you next time. Bye.